If you keep watching this video, you're going to learn why XLM is red, that 3.8 billion was hacked in 2022, along with other disturbing stats regarding hacks, and this deep dive on the Stellar ecosystem. I'm going to share some things with you that you probably don't want to see, and some things you're going to want to see. And remember, I bring the news whether it's good or bad. XLM sitting at 9.1, which is actually good news because they're above the 9 cent mark. We're going to hit some charts here soon. But let's take a broader look across the market. Yep, it's red. Red candlesticks, red heat map. You got XRP below that 40 cent mark, ETH 1634, Bitcoin 22.9. So what's going on? Well, we've got some red candlestick action here, and that has to do with positive news from the U.S. economy, jobs market. I will have that video linked at the end of this, along with some XRP shade. Oh my God, people are taking every chance they can to throw shade at XRP. That video will be linked at the end of this one. But let's get into the stats, and we're going to get into XLM charts too. 2022, the biggest year ever for crypto hacking with 3.8 billion stolen. All right, here's the year by year analysis for you for the amount stolen. 2020 was a $500 million. 2021, they went out swinging with 3.3 billion. But guess what? They outdid themselves in 2022, hacking $3.8 billion. Now, think of how many hundreds of thousands of people are affected by that. The amount of money, it's obvious we see here, but how much of that money and people are never going to come back into crypto? Right? Even if it's 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10 people are never going to come back, you still lost a huge chunk of people and money to scammers and schemes. So maybe regulators, maybe government officials should use existing laws right now and go after the biggest hitters, the biggest effectors of the crypto market. Lazarus Group, all right? They're basically one of the biggest ones. 45% of what I just showed you here was done by one group of people. You got to fund North Korea like nuclear technology somehow, right? That may get banned in the North Korean YouTube algorithm. I'm probably not going to rank very high there. Total value of crypto hacks and number of hacks by month in 2022. Hey, Halloween was not only a scary month and spooky month, but man, with the hacks and schemes, it sure was. 775 million was the total value hack. That was the biggest month. This shows you by color between wallet, token, private, DeFi, or centralized service. And remember, as always, any article you see in this video will be linked in the description below. So if you want to read more on this, you're welcome to do so. But holy crap, here you go. The one stat I wanted to share, right? If you wanted to have the biggest impact positively on protecting people, because remember, that's what governments and banks in England now are telling you, hey, you can't spend your money on crypto. No lie, that's what's happening. Don't tell me it can't happen in the US. Come on now, we're seeing it in England. It could easily happen in Canada any day now. Well, anyways, total cryptocurrency stolen by North Korean linked hackers. Look at this, 1.6 billion. They outdid themselves in 2022. You can see they've ramped it up here quite heavily. 2022, they just went after the whole market. They just went after the market. Now let's get on to Stellar ecosystem talk. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of things, but we're going to start it off first with price. All right. Now, Stellar is above that 9 cent mark. This vertical here, that's Valentine's Day. Don't forget it. All right, I'm going to do like reminders like every friggin' day so you guys don't forget it that are watching, all right? Your significant other, spouse, whatever you want to call it, fling, one night stand on Valentine's Day, whatever you do that day. Take care of them that day. But anyways, one of the things I wanted to point out with XLM is just we're not retracing fast enough back to this FTX price. Okay, and before FTX, we were sitting right at that 11 cent mark, right before the waterfall happened. And I think that's key here. I don't want 10 cents to become this really tough to reach thing in the near term. Honestly, we should have been blown by that by this point. Right? Our recovery since the lows in December, we should have rebounded much more than. Now, I understand some of you out there going to be like, yo, that's greedy, that's asking for a lot. But is it? I mean, Bitcoin, which doesn't have the ecosystem partners, the same use case. I mean, Bitcoin has already made its way back since like its August time period price-wise. So they've clawed back even further. So I wish I would see more kind of rebounding action from the price of XLM. So I am a little disappointed in that, but what I am happy with is that so far we are above that 9 cent mark leading into the next CPI data. Remember, we would rather have 9 cent be the floor support that we constantly bounce off, right? Rather than being under it when we get there where we have to kind of work through that, right? You have to eat up some of that volume just to get through that resistance. Now let's move down to processed operations, which uses gas on the Stellar network. What I like seeing here is we are picking up on transactions. You can see there was definitely a lull at the end of December, beginning part of January that we started picking up on. But overall, the trend is very, very strong here. Right now, in January and February, remember, February is going to be a short month. You have 409 million processed operations. Accounts are still above 7 million at 7.15 million. So accounts are still strong. A lot of them, yes, hardly have any lumens in their holdings. Easiest way to find that is you go and you click on one of these hyperlinks right here. You click on it and then you want to scroll down and you want to scroll down to asset holders. They will then provide you with this chart, as you're going to see right here.
Right here. Right here. Right here.
Oh, there we go. All right. Which shows you that the majority of the holders hold between 0.1 and 10 lumens. That's 5.6 million of them. Whales, you can check them out, find out how many whales are holding 10 million to 1 billion. That's though including wallets from exchanges and so forth. So you got 240 of them there. If we go to liquidity is still stronger. Sitting at 14.6. 30 days ago, we were sitting at 12.5, so up real close to 10, 12, 15%, somewhere around there. Do the mental math. You do it, not me. But anyways, we're looking up on liquidity pools. Now, the action within these pools is small. The volume is fairly small. I mean, that's really not too much volume, honestly, within liquidity pools. The thing I wanted to show you, that, again, going to show you stats about positive and negative Stellar ecosystem, and then we're going to come back to price, all right? We're not done with price yet. I want to talk about price more. Lightman. NFT marketplace. Where's my NFT peeps at? Comment down below. Look at this. Huge fall off here, right? They held pretty strong these last couple months, but look at this fall off in January from sales volume from the month before December. So December, 277,000 in sales volume to now 125,000. So more than 50% drop in 1 month. So has the bubble popped, or is the bubble popping for the NFT marketplace on the Stellar chain? I wanted to take a deeper look at price and explain why clawing back from the whole FTX mess is actually a really important factor that we have to keep our eyes on. All right, so if we zoom out, you can see a second line right here. This is lined up with the start of the waterfall action, right? The first nasty candlestick of FTX, right? The pink line. Now, if you zoom out and let me move over, you can see here that also lines up with the bottom before this last mess, right? This was who, everyone? This was Luna UST. That's what happened right here on this big one. So look at this. From the Luna UST bottom to FTX, you could erase that whole chunk of time, right? That whole negative downside of this market by breaking through that resistance point. And that point that you would want to break through is right around that 11-cent mark. And that 11-cent mark would really negate a whole bunch of time. And that's why getting through that FTX resistance point is seriously big, right? That mess from that time period, because it ties in when Luna UST had the bottom of that candlestick, all right? That used to be the floor, which then the market rebounded. Now we're looking at trying to break through that ceiling. Like I said, it's all about floors and ceilings. That's why it's super critical for XLM to stay above that 9-cent floor. All right, we're going to go floors and ceilings. Now, you really want to help out the crypto market? How about we start tackling the $3.8 billion that was taken in 2022, 45% of it by one group, North Korea. Naughty North Koreans out there. Lazarus Group is the one getting the credit for that one, 45% of it. So do you need to make more regs, or do you maybe need to protect consumers with 45% just coming from one group? I don't know, the math is telling me that new regs right now will only save this much, but going after a massive hacker group will save this much. Yeah. So let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about the Stellar ecosystem. Like I said, we cover it both good and bad on this channel. Lightman, big pullback in NFT volumes on the Stellar chain. Now, we've seen NFTs for other chains out there. Their volume in the bubble has popped a long time ago. Is this Stellar's? Are you going to see now a retrace in February? NFT artists, where are you at? Comment below. Let me know. What are your thoughts on this as NFT artists, right? Do we need to get more awareness onto the NFT market in the Stellar chain? Do we have to find more utility use case to put through these NFTs? And if you want to see why people are ripping on XRP, this is the video for you right here. I talked about it earlier in this one. It also goes into more depth on why the market and candlesticks are so red right now. So until more news breaks, you cool cats, have a great rest of your day.